Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking care of something I've been wanting to do for a little bit. My dash is, as you can tell, part of it, like this front part is black and then this suntan beige. I've started to get rid of a lot of the suntan beige. Me personally, I'm not a big fan. I definitely prefer black interior. I just think they look a lot cleaner and just a lot more sleek. So that being said, today we're going to be taking care of this dash right here. We're going to go ahead and take it out, and we're going to be putting in a brand new black dash, or not brand new, but new used black dash. So I've gone ahead and already loosened multiple bolts just to kind of walk you guys through and make it a little bit easier of a process to explain. This is definitely not a how-to. It's not going to be exact. I just need to put that out there for most people, but I feel like I'm rambling. Let's get into it. We're going to keep taking off the center console. So I've gone ahead and removed the passenger seat just because I needed more ease of access right here. But pretty much where we're going to start is this whole center console. I just feel like it's going to make it a lot easier. And not only that, I do have something right here that I need to remove. That's part of the radio system. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and so you'll pop this e-brake boot off, and it should just slip out the whole thing exact the same fit, but it's very removed. I can go ahead and remove this little pocket behind the armrest right here. These two bolts I've already gone ahead and loosened, and then this whole thing can kind of wiggle out. You got to be careful because there's a couple of lights throughout it. There's a light that goes in this little pocket right here, and most of the time you got to pull on it. Sometimes it'll get stuck, so you have to put your other hand in there to pull it off. With that there, we're going to go ahead and remove that bolt there. So if I remember correctly, this kind of snaps into place, and wiggle this whole piece up. So go ahead and do that. Alrighty, so go ahead and other flathead screwdriver, so something like that. And then this whole thing, you just pry on it gently on both sides, straight up. Obviously mine's broken, so you lift up and out. There's also that light, that's what I mean. Just be careful whenever you're doing stuff. You don't want to break anything, especially with the very old car. We should be able to remove it. However, there is going to be one screw that sits right behind this hazards light. You just go ahead and pry on it and pull it up and out. If you do struggle with that, pop your shift cover, stick your finger through the backside and push it up. And you go ahead and get rid of that screw. And then we should be able to take this whole center console off. We don't really need to remove this armrest, like center mount or armrest support. We do, however, need to get rid of all of this so we can access everything else for these panels. So moved. I'm gonna take this shift cover off just so I could get access to a lot of these other buttons and whatnot. So next thing I want to go ahead and do is pop this centerpiece out. There's a hole down here. I've already done it ahead of time, but sometimes it helps if you start wiggling it until it comes off. Sometimes this back piece falls off as well into two pieces, but just clip it back on, you'll be fine, and disconnect it, and then this whole centerpiece can come out. The reason I need to do this because I have a USB connected here. I installed Apple CarPlay on mine, so that's what these wires are for. I do have to, however, remove them. So I routed these behind the full stereo unit. So now I don't know what stereo unit you guys have, but you go ahead and remove that. So next is removing this bolt or nut cover, whatever you want to call it. It's going to help stabilize this whole centerpiece at the bottom. Next is going to be these two bolts on the inside. I've already mostly loosened a good majority of them. I got these two bolts on the inside where the stereo goes. Right here on the left side where all these light switches are. There's this screw that goes into them. So then we got one screw right on this side for this under panel we're going to remove next. And there's supposed to be another screw. I'd already loosened mine, so it fell. But there's two more screws down here. Right. I use pliers as leverage, but please know that could probably break them. Don't do as I do, or do, but just be cautious of the consequences. Alright guys, so next we're removing this cover right here, right? Like I said, I personally have installed this on mine. So I'm just gonna pop this. So I'm just gonna disconnect this right here, just for the light dimming switch. Should be able to pull out, since we already took that screw off. That's what mostly holds this whole thing in. So now we can go ahead and pop that whole vent out. It does unscrew right here. It's supposed to be a counterclockwise turn. And then there's another connector right here as well for the light switch. Next, I'm popping my dust cover off from the steering column. But next is removing the steering wheel. I got these Allen bits. So next that I'm gonna go ahead and get done is these top ones up here. See if I could even fit the camera in there. You can kind of see it. There's one on this corner, there's one on the other corner, so we got to get those removed. I have a very small wrench and a very small little socket that should be able to fit in there pretty easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my little stubby. There's 2 screws up in here on the dash that need to come out as well. T20 Torx bit. I know there's gonna be connectors behind this. There's a full dash out. All right, guys, and next we got the infamous glove box. There's a screw deep down in here in the vent. I always like to take this piece off first, so you could drop the glove right here. Boom. All right, so that came out from the top. There's another one on this side, which I've already loosened a good amount. That as well. This one right here, ready to come out. Okay, so then you got that one that was up in this corner. Like I said, it's already loose, so it should just come straight out. There's little divots right here and here. You stick a little flathead and pry down on it, and then this whole thing should pop out just like that. It'll pop out like this, and then you just push that back. Then you just push that back, and then take the whole thing out, disconnect it. All right, so there's that little 10mm bolt. This doesn't really matter too much. There will be a connector, however, behind the full dash, so, or the glove. I mean, that connector comes out. Then this connector right here. So there's little pins on the sides that you gotta like pinch together, and it comes off. So that's what they look like, these 2 little. And then there is 2 bolts on the bottom, Phillips head screws. Looks like there's also 2 Phillips head screws in here. All right, so I finally got this off after fighting with it. So pretty much I had to turn it around, and you pop it off from this little piece right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. There's like 2 little tabs on the ends. You got to try to pry it out without breaking those, and then you got to, I took some flat needle nose pliers and pinched these red edges to push it out of this whole thing. So whenever it goes back in, it'll just get pushed in, and then it just gets put onto there and then clipped into here, that little red pin. And then you can put the vent back in, so not a big worry. Then I got a 13mm bolt here. Alrighty guys, so next is gonna be this bolt in the center console. So that bolt right there on the inside, we're gonna get to that one next. So I was messing with this dash panel earlier, and I figured out that you can, you know, pop these off and whatnot. So I did, and I removed the screws and all, but I didn't realize that this was to remove the AC switches. The reason I'm getting so much issue right now is because this airbag is still in the way, so gotta remove that really quickly. Now that's able to come out. I may or may not have to do those turn signal switches. Ow. There's also that one screw that you had to get off from there, but yeah, this whole thing just literally slides into place, and then it'll clip in on either end, and then this whole mumbo jumbo comes down. So that's how it's done. Dash out finally. And I just wanted to note, guys, this process has taken me about 2.5 hours right now. by the time I'm said and done, it'll probably be like another 30-45 minutes. So I'll say a good three hours that it's taken me to get this done. For the first time, it's really not bad. I have watched quite a couple of videos that have helped a lot too, myself. And a nice break. Get it. So it is the next day. I did go ahead and finish putting everything together, as you can tell behind me. There was a couple of things that I had to fix, but I thought I'd give you guys just, you know, a full kind of look at how it makes the car look and how, you know, it looks now. It definitely stands out a whole lot more, and it definitely changed out the look of the interior of the car, which I really like. I've been wanting this ever since I got the car, and you know, 3 years later, finally we're here. Alrighty guys, so as you can tell, I went through, I put the stereo back in, I put the turn signals back on and everything. I gotta put a resistor in between these two cables again. That's for the airbags. And this right here is for the microphone that I put on. I accidentally pulled it while I was pulling out the dash. It normally goes mounted right here, so I'm gonna solder this wire together. Then I can actually go ahead put this resistor on. Then I can put that bottom cover, so this will all be done. It looks really good. I'm really happy with the look. I do have something for the center, but it's like a wood grain, and I don't know about the brown anymore, so I think I'm just gonna maybe put a Hoonigan sticker or something that fits in that little area, maybe a sticker, but I'll just put that there instead of trying to put something else. Aside from that, like, it even matches the kick panels and all that. Stands out. Don't mind this. I don't have my headliner. Today I'm just going to be literally finishing up those little touches, mounting the stereo into place, fixing the microphone, putting that resistor in. Then I'll be mounting this chair back into place. And I'll probably remove this one just so I can vacuum all these little spots where, you know, you normally don't think of, but I like to vacuum around there. So I'll be giving this car pretty much a full detail, or a little bit more in-depth detail, just to clean it up really good and make it shine as best as it possibly can at Euro Day, which is coming up on Sunday the 8th, I want to say. Euro Day, you know, a bunch of Euros are going to pull up. I know there's going to be quite a couple of E36s, and I've redid a lot of things, which I'm really proud of, so I like to show it off whenever I can. But yeah, that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys soon. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a like, comment, all that fun stuff. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.